It is Saturday, December 11th, 2021, here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Going to have a new lineup coming up. Normally we're live at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the weekdays, 10 a.m. on the weekends, but we'll still have our 11 o'clock show, but starting probably either Christmas or New Year's, I'll be on at 10 a.m. and Joe and Brian will be at 11 a.m. Then we'll have the Late Show with Tony at, 6 p.m.? 6 p.m.
Yep.
And then we'll have other shows, the soccer show. We're going to have a hockey show. And we might have like a prop show I think we're having. So we got just a lot of stuff going on. Going to figure it out.
So many great things to come.
All kinds of good stuff. I want to do a prop show for sure. I definitely don't want to be on the hockey show.
Oh.
Well,
we'll miss you definitely on the hockey show.
I don't watch hockey. I couldn't. Yeah. I can name only 2 or 3 players in the entire NHL. I couldn't name a team. I couldn't tell you
That's okay.
Like on the Vancouver Canucks. Canucks couldn't tell you one player.
It's okay. Well,
even Vegas. Yeah. I couldn't tell you one player.
It's
Not
okay.
one. Edmonton, McDavid, only because Rod loves him. He loves him like he wants to.
I know. I think he's got a little bit of a man crush.
Yeah.
So
pretty much.
He's not watching right now. He won't get mad at me.
Yeah, he will. He will. You never said man crush.
Bring out man crush right now, Connor McDavid. Definitely for Rod.
Anyways, it's a weird show today because we don't have college football. This is the first time we've done this show without college football. But we've got a ton of college basketball going on, a real lot of good games, and we've got NBA basketball, we've got NHL, and there's one college football game, which I don't know. I don't understand why this game is played today. It doesn't make any sense to me. It used to be on the same day as conference championships. I can only guess because Navy's in a conference now, so it's like in case they play in the conference championship, then they have it after. I think that's the only reason you would have it at this point because it doesn't make sense to have it on its own day. It's not that good of a game.
No, it's not. And I know Brian will be talking about that later in the show. So if you're looking for his best free bet in that, make sure you stay tuned.
Well, that's going to keep me tuned in. That alone,
I know it is.
That alone, I'm going to stay awake for that segment. Brian's going to talk Army Navy. Just can't wait.
I'm excited to listen to Brian talk about Army and Navy today. I want to see his opinion.
There's the value right there of the show. That's the whole. It's now everyone else is going to be basically the warm-up act.
Well, we have a great lineup today, Mitch. I'm excited for it. It's going to be a great show.
All right. Well, let's bring in Damian Sosh. I know he's excited about Brian's Army Navy pick.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's worth the price of admission. That's why the show's free. It's like, why is the show free? Well, we feature Brian's Army Navy pick. All right, I get it.
We were just talking about it. I thought everyone would like to know Brian's going to be coming up with that.
We should have hat burning Sunday. That's what we should have on our Sunday show, where Rod comes on and he just has one of the bandwagon teams. We just supply him with all the bandwagon team hats. So Purdue was this week, right? So it's whoever's the team, and he just comes on and just burns the hat, of whoever it is, Gonzaga, every week.
I like it. That'd be fun.
Burning the bandwagon. Anyways, Damian, how's it going?
It's going good. It's a little different weekend this weekend, as you mentioned. Not really college football heading out, but still a ton of action out there. Lots of college basketball games, NBA obviously out there as well. So looking forward to still a strong weekend of plays.
Yeah, next weekend we have college football. I believe 6 games next Saturday, and then we have also 2 NFL games next Saturday. So it will be a different look, and of course I won't be here either, so it will be a totally different look. But I'm sure you guys will make it without me somehow. Somehow you'll make it. Anyways, no, I'm not fired from my own company again. Does he keep him score? It's like he's fired from his own company again. It's like, how many times can that possibly happen? But anyways, what do you got for us today, Damien, for a free pick?
Yeah, going to be looking at some college basketball games, college basketball game here. Big Five matchup between two Philly schools here, St. Joe's and Temple. Schools are just 5.5 miles apart. Temple head coach Aaron McKee's got his Owls playing pretty good right now, 6-3. They've won 5 in a row. Temple's led right now by Damian Dunn. Dunn's averaging 14 points, 5 rebounds per game. St. Joe's coming in at 5-4. They're led by Jordan Hall. Hall had 33 points his last game out, playing against another Big Five school in Penn. Hall in the season averaging 16 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. So he's having a nice year. Another solid player for St. Joe's is Ejike Obina. Now, Obina came over. He was a graduate transfer from Vanderbilt. His time at Vanderbilt, he only averaged 3 points, 3 rebounds in his career. For St. Joe's here, he's averaging 13 points and 7 rebounds. He's a big guy, 6'10", 245. He gives St. Joe's here, the Hawks, a little bit of toughness inside. And earlier I mentioned about Damian Dunn being Temple's main guy. And the reason I said right now is because their best player, Khalif Battle, is out for the year. Battle is averaging 21 points per game. He got hurt December 1st. Now, Temple has played 2 games since then. They've won both of those games. But this game's a little bit different. I mentioned this is a Big Five matchup. It's a big rivalry game. These schools are only 5.5 miles apart. This game's going to be more intense than those last 2. Temple has won the last 4 meetings against St. Joe's, but I have a feeling the Hawks get it done today in their home gym here. And I'm going with St. Joe's in this one.
Joe, what do you think?
Yeah, I like what you're saying here. I can definitely see St. Joe's coming out getting the win and the cover. It does worry me a little bit because we've seen this Temple team get better game in, game out. I think the way I'm going to look at this is I'm going to take the under. I've seen both of these teams struggle to get those 3-pointers, and I think Temple's defense will try to control this game. So give me that under 140.5.
Yeah, I got to go with Temple in this one. I can't stand St. Joe's. The whole Philip Martelli thing is just bad karma, bad juju, and I just don't think they'll ever get past it, not in our lifetime. So I'm just rooting for Temple. It's like I don't have a dog in the fight, but I pick against St. Joe's every single time they play because I like Phil Martelli.
I was going to say that Martelli thing really rubbed people. I live in the area, and that definitely rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. He was a class guy. He did things the right way, and you're right. That year, especially following him, that St. Joe's really struggled. They seem to be getting better right now. So I do like him this matchup, but the Martelli thing has definitely left a lot of people sour in this area.
I mean, I'm not even in the area, and I just don't even understand why you do that, you know?
No, me neither.
It's like, I think you have to, he didn't do a bad job there, and it's not like, he wasn't, I don't get it. He went to Michigan, right?
Yes, that's where he's at right now. Yep.
Laughing at them.
Yeah, probably.
He's probably making more money sitting on the bench at Michigan as an assistant. Anyways, you have another pick or you got something for sale today?
That's it. On the website, I don't have any other picks for you today, but on the website, I got, as I mentioned, it's a huge college basketball slate. I've got my hoops. I got a college hoops 5-pack for you. You can get this 5-pack for just $40, 5 strong plays. I really like the college basketball board today. I'm also have a play in the Army-Navy game as well. And I do have an NBA play. It's not up for sale yet. I'm going to get that up right after the show here. So you guys can, if NBA is your thing, keep an eye out for that.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, and be sure to stay tuned for Brian's Army-Navy pick at the end of the show.
Definitely.
Don't leave. Just whatever you do, don't leave. It's his free Army-Navy pick, so it's going to be a real gem.
Oh, man, I apologize to Brian for giving you that bit today. Best of luck today, Jamie, and I hope you have a fantastic Saturday.
I haven't even looked at it. I already know what it is. And it's like I have no idea like what he like, I haven't seen anything to say that what he's giving out, but I know exactly what the pick is. I could tell you. I could tell you right now. I could ruin the surprise.
I think we need to take side bets in the green room on this one.
I'll take this. Believe me, I'll go all in. I know. I'm 100% sure as to what Brian's going. But anyways, that was Damien Sash with us. And I bet you he knows Brian's picking that too. It's a free one. But anyways, like it's odd without college football, but next week we'll have it. And then it's every day of the week except for Sundays going forward as bowl season continues for the next 2 weeks, starting on Saturday, going all the way through to January 4th. There'll be a game on Tuesday. They're not having one against Monday Night Football, but they'll have one Tuesday. And then the following Monday will be the national championship game, the day that there's no more Monday Night Football.
Nice.
Because this NFL season will end on the 9th. Everyone plays on Sunday on the last weekend of the season, and then
get into wild card.
Sometimes the NFL season's over by New Year's. It's weird. You just never know. But this year, I guess, with the extra game. Anyways, who do you want to bring in next? We got so many people.
Bring in whoever.
All right.
Who's waving in that green room?
Let me see. Who's waving? We got no one's waving.
No one's waving?
No one. I guess we could bring in Sean Murphy.
Sounds good.
What the hell's going on here? All right. Let's see. I put everybody's name in order. It should be easy. But it's like you got Shane and Sean. Shane's not coming today, right?
No.
He doesn't like us.
He doesn't.
All right. Sean, welcome to the show. How are you today?
Good. It's kind of a weird Saturday every year when we could just get the Army-Navy game and that's it for college football. But anyway, we'll be back to the full slate next Saturday, I guess. I think last year the Army-Navy game might have been on the same day as championships, conference championships, because it was such a strange season there last year. But
they might have done that, but I'm not sure. But it used to always be on the same weekend as conference championships, and then a few years ago they moved it.
Yeah, I might last year's game was, I think, 15-0 Army, so I think it just might be a game we all chose to forget, maybe.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I don't think there was a break last year. I think we kind of just went straight from conference championships right into the bowl season because it was much later due to the really weird schedule there for a lot of the conferences. So.
Yeah, I believe you're right there.
Yeah, it was like a lot of teams only played like 5 and 6 games last year, even less. So yeah. It was an odd year, but this year most teams have played the full schedule, and I think everyone's played the full schedule, and we have a good amount of, I look at that bowl schedule and it looks like actually some good matchups there. Normally with those conference tie-ins, you have some bad ones, but there's a lot.
I think it's a record. I think it's a record high for number of bowl games this year, so which makes sense considering I think there's 6 or 7 next Saturday. So.
Wow, there's a lot of new ones. Looking through it, a lot of new ones, a lot of ones that have become, the normal ones. Someday we'll have our Pick Dogs Bowl.
You can sponsor the Hawaii Bowl, maybe the Christmas Eve tradition.
I'd rather go for a New Year's Day one that had no affiliations.
Yeah,
you can just have teams that really want to play each other, or for a good rematch or something. Call it the Revenge Bowl. Well, what do you got today for us as far as free pick goes?
Yeah, so today I'm looking at the Kentucky Notre Dame game in college hoops. Tips off in the late afternoon window, I believe. We've seen this line climb. It opened around 2.5 in favor of Kentucky. It's up to 4.5 now. I think we're getting a bit of value here with Notre Dame plus the points at home. I'm not overly high on the Irish this season, but I just think this is a spot where we can get behind them. It's tough to really get a good feel for Kentucky. They've only played 8 games. They've been favored by 23 points or more in 6 of those 8 games. So their only real test came way back in their first game of the season when they lost to Duke 79-71. They came into this one just 3-5 against the spread. And then you look at Notre Dame. They started the year with a bit of a light schedule. They kind of beat up on a few teams, started off 3-1. Schedule toughened up. Now we see them come in with 3 losses in a row. But only one of their 4 losses this season wasn't competitive. That was actually their last game. That was against Boston College when they lost by 16 points last Friday. So they've had a full week to sit on that game. They've got another week off after this one before they play Indiana next Saturday. So I think this is a spot where we do see them show up here. And if you go back over their last 40 games as a home underdog of 6 points or less, Notre Dame's actually outscored opponents by a tenth of a point. So these games traditionally go down to the wire. The average score in those games 70.2 to 70.1. I'll look for this one to be another tight game and grab all the points we can get here with the Irish.
Joe?
Yeah, I can see where you're going with this. I do think it's going to be a tight game. I'm loving the under in this one. When we look at the under, it's 5-1 for Kentucky's last 6 overall, 10-3 for Notre Dame in their last 13 as a home underdog. And, I think Notre Dame can get it done. We look at this Kentucky team. They're 1-6-1 against the spread in their last 8 road games. So I like it, Sean.
I don't see it. Kentucky's just super talented, and Calipari always goes for this one and done and all this other stuff. And then last year, I think he realized that maybe that wasn't the best approach, and this year he's kind of gone with a different approach, and he's kind of got guys back, and he's 9-10 deep again, and Notre Dame is I was talking to Damien before the show. They have 7 guys. It's the typical Mike Bray thing, but Notre Dame's pulled some great upsets at home, in their history. I don't know, man. They just got crushed last game by Boston College.
Yeah.
They lost to Texas A&M, and they played.
They were somewhat popular there last week against Boston College, and the way that game went when they just got hammered, I just kind of feel like everyone's really off of them here. But you could end up being right.
They played a tough schedule. I give it to you, but they got crushed in all of them, and it's like the one win is Chaminade. So that doesn't really say much. They lost to St. Mary's by 3. They were 1-point dogs in that game, which they would never be 1-point dogs if they played today. Texas A&M's lousy. Illinois, 10 points. I think that's a reasonable effort, but I don't know. I could see them showing, the highlights of the upsets, and I could also see, 68-41.
It's probably an all or nothing kind of situation. Either they win it outright, or we see you see Kentucky roll just the way Kentucky plays.
Yeah, but, they're super talented, but they last year in recent years we've seen Kentucky also make a lot of mistakes. So, what else you got for us today?
Yeah, I didn't have any other free plays lined up. One thing I was looking at in the NBA tonight was, the Cavaliers are still seeming to be. I don't know if the books can really catch up to them here. They're just rolling. I mean, last night they pounded Minnesota. They come back home tonight and play against Sacramento, and they're laying 6 or 7 points here in this spot. But the Kings are in a really tough situation. I went against Sacramento last night and won by a point with Charlotte, and that game probably should have gone Sacramento's way. They didn't get a couple of free throws at the end. But for the Kings, they're coming off 2 games that were up in the the 120s, the 130s. Now they're playing their 3rd game in 4 nights here, 3 different cities. I think the Cavs could roll again tonight, but it's kind of just tough to get behind a team like Cleveland laying that many points. It just seems odd, but I don't know, the way they're going against the spread right now, they're a tough team to go against. So not an official free play, but I would say I would consider looking at Cleveland there at home against Sacramento tonight.
Joe, lose any money on the Sacramento Kings recently?
No, I haven't actually. So that's a good thing. I've stayed off them. I have been riding these Cavs, and it's hard to step in front of them. But you look at this Kings team versus the Cavs; they're 6-1 against the spread in the last 7 meetings. With the Cavs, they're also 4-0 against the spread in the last 4 meetings in Cleveland. So you guys, I'm staying off this one completely. I like the Cavs, but that many points, it scares me.
I like the Cavs too, but the points scare me as well as far as a premium play. But as free play, I just stay as far away as I can from the Sacramento Kings when they're losing. The Kings never just lose one. It's always they lose one. They lose 2 to 5. In a row. So they lost one now after coming off a 3-game winning streak. So we know they're going to lose. It's just a matter of how badly.
Yeah, Cavs have only been favored once by more than 4.5 points this year, and they won that game by 13 over Orlando back on November 27th. So, yeah, I hear you. And the Cavs probably win. It's just it's a tricky line for sure, but it just seems like they're just rolling so well right now. I mean, I thought last night Minnesota might have came up and surprised them there, but that didn't happen. So, anyway, just food for thought on that one.
Yeah, I don't go anywhere near Timberwolves games anymore. I'm in recovery. But what do you got for sale? Joe loves quoting my Timberwolves quotes.
I still have to put yesterday's quote
Twitter.
out. You guys wait for it. That is worth sticking around for that quote.
Joe takes my Timberwolves quotes, puts them on Twitter.
So today I've got lots of games on the go today. I've got 3 college basketball. One of them tips off at 12 noon Eastern. That's on the Wisconsin-Ohio State total. A couple of bigger plays go in the evening card. And then I've got 2 NBA and 1 NHL on the go as well tonight. We'll look to build off the last 2 nights, won both the last 2 nights, 4-3 and 5-4. So not great, but we'll look to do better than that here today. And then should have my NFL card posted by later this afternoon for tomorrow. So looking forward to that as well.
All right. Well, good luck today, and thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. We'll
All right.
see you tomorrow.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Thanks, Sean.
Sean Murphy can get his picks over at Pick Dogs in the premium area. Got a bunch of cappers still in the green room, so can bring in Kevin Thomas next.
I didn't know Kevin Thomas was coming on today. That's a nice surprise.
I didn't either. That's why we'll just throw him on the mix. Still waiting on, of course. Oh, wait a minute. I messed it up, of course. Hang on.
It's okay.
Still, of course, yet to come. Brian's Army-Navy.
You guys stay tuned.
I got
Sorry,
I got
Brian.
4 dimes on what the pick is over here.
Oh, man.
I'll just say it probably rhymes with a popular dog name. Put 4 dimes on that. Anyways, we got Kevin Thomas here. Kevin, welcome to the show. How are you?
Well, you got me here. The rain in Gillette Stadium was enough to keep me from the Army-Navy game, so here I am.
Nice. But got a big card today of college basketball. Got 93 college basketball games today. Got NBA, NHL. What do you got cooking as far as some free pick for the show?
Well, this free pick actually is one of my premium picks as well. And I know my good buddy Brian's going to tell me it's a square ass pick, but that's okay. Sometimes you got to pick the squares. I'm looking at North Carolina over Ellen University. The line was 24. I'm pretty sure it's 23.5. I'm not quite sure right now. I actually got it at 23.5. And you might think, well, that's a lot of points. UNC has been a different team after their 2 losses to Tennessee and Purdue, where they allowed both teams to shoot over 50%. And since Roy Williams, he was more the bigger, lanky guys. Not, they played the run and gun, and then the guys would give up a ton of points. Hubert Davis is a little bit different, though. He goes a little bit smaller, and he likes the guards. So he plays with the 3 guards. I know Leaky Black, he comes in at like 6'8". He's a huge guard. Kind of reminds me of Ben Simmons, really good at defense, except he does shoot the ball. But the other 2 guys, Love and Davis, those guys are putting up tons of points. And these guys have been, I want to say, slighted for the top 25. I mean, you go on the road and beat Michigan. Or you go on the road to beat Georgia Tech, you hammer Michigan at home by 19, 17 points. Those two games, you're 6-2, and you're not even in the top 25. So as many people might think, oh, this is a letdown. They got UCLA coming up in a week. Well, they got another game before that too against another cupcake. But this game here is a statement game. They have to win this game by 30 points if they want to make the top 25, and I think they do. I think they put up 90 here today, and the last three teams they've held under an average of 55 points. I expect the same here. I'm looking at a 35-point difference. So my second pick to that is also on the under, because that over-under is 151.5. That's way too high for Allen here, even though they did, I think it was 14, 15 points last time they played, but I'm pretty sure there was no fans in that game. So UNC laying the juice and the under for a great free parlay from Kevin Thomas.
Joe, I call him Elon. He calls him Ellen. You call it Notre Dame. I call it Notre Dame.
I don't know what I'm going to call it.
What the hell are you going to call it here?
I don't know, but I'm going to have to ride with Kevin here. I know it's a ton of points, but I think this is one where you just have to ride it. Keep your fingers crossed that the defense comes out, shuts the other team down. So that's where I'm going. I'm leaning the same way as you. I don't know if I touch that total, though. I think we could get really close to it. So I like them with the laying the points over the total.
I'm going to go with Elon here. 0-6 against the number in the last 6. 0-6 following a loss. 0-6 is a dog. 0-4 against the team with a winning record. Something's got to give. I think that Carolina, those fans aren't happy unless they're unhappy. You just got to give them something to bark about. It's like, I think they're still mad about the whole Wes Miller thing to Cincinnati as opposed to, them hiring him and hiring Hubert Davis. So they need something to cry about. And I think with Pat Kelsey just over there at Charleston, they're probably already, thinking, hey, we can get this guy instead. So I'm gonna take Elon, the Phoenix. They're so bad. So
bad. They've got to have something go
They're
right.
So bad.
They ranked 357th against the 3, and UNC is top 10 nationally shooting a 3. So UNC could hit 100 points tonight.
The thing is, they've played a tough schedule though. They played West Virginia, Ole Miss, Temple, UNC Greensboro. So they're prepared for this. They're prepared.
High Point. You forgot High Point.
Yeah, they came close. They lost by the hook.
At home.
They lost by the hook. And Jacksonville State. The Gamecocks. The other Gamecocks.
I like it. Kevin, do you ever look at these team totals when you have a team that you are just so sure on to get these points and to hold down the other's defense? Are you ever looking at their team total over?
No. I don't. I look at I'll go on MGM and I'll bet the spread with the points. Like if example, a couple nights ago I had the 76ers the under 216 or over 211 to 220 for plus 300 units, and that was an easy win. So I'll look at the bigger pluses like that, but I never look at the underdog spread for team totals or nothing.
Okay.
I just never really got into that.
Okay, good to know.
The complete game.
Yeah.
Or first half for the total for both games.
Nice. What do you got for sale today at Pick Dogs?
I got a 3-pack of college basketball going on right now. Last night 3-0 college, NBA, hockey. Tonight I went all college basketball with 3. I got NBA pick later tonight, and then you can get my Army Navy pick before kickoff. So there's three good investments there. The 3-pack is the best deal for your buck right there. But don't overlook the Army Navy game. You can make tons of money on that great game. Probably the best rivalry in all of college football.
Don't get behind the wheel of a car until you hear Brian's Army-Navy pick, because I know that people can't control their excitement here. Joe's really built it up to something here. So
I already know it, and I'll be.
I already know what it is too, and I tell you, he hasn't even told me. I haven't looked at anything. I totally know what it is.
You'll be shocked.
Oh, I will not be shocked. I know exactly what it is. I'll put 5 times on what it is. It's like can read them like a book. Anyways, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Best of luck,
see you
Kevin.
guys. Hey, good luck to everybody. Go Navy.
Kevin Thomas.
I'm glad he made it on the show today. I didn't realize he was coming. Always a great guest.
Pop in. Just pop in. Got
open door policy for our handicappers here at Big Dogs.
Still got a few guests left. Got bringing Al Ninos next.
Perfect.
Let's see what Al's got for us. Now the Dodgers are not even in spring training or anything. He's gonna have to pick somebody else. Dodgers not available today.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, wish I could back him again, but no, I have to give him a break.
Well, they'll be here soon enough. Didn't they sign somebody? Well, they lost Scherzer, right? But they got somebody else.
Yes, they lost Scherzer. I haven't heard. I've been busy trying to keep up with these sports. As I said, giving them a break for now, but I'll be definitely looking up on that right after we're done. Looking into that. Do you know who they picked up?
No, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they did. Maybe it was the Angels. They got Syndergaard. Because
I heard that. Yes, I did see that. That should be a very interesting combo with Ohtani.
Yeah, because
2 pitchers that win the game for you by themselves.
Yeah, but the thing is, we might not have baseball. They also lost Seager, too.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He's a good ball player.
Anyways, what do you got for us today? Oh, they got Andrew Heaney. That's who they got.
Exciting.
That'll do it.
Yeah, I'd rather have kept Seager, but anyway, maybe we'll get him back someday.
Cole Hamels. What do you got for us today for a free pick?
We'll be looking at the NBA. Warriors headed into Philadelphia.
Afternoon game, right? Isn't it? No, maybe not. No, Magic is the afternoon.
This one goes off at 8:30.
Yeah, Clippers Magic is the afternoon. What do we got in this game?
Yeah, well, the Warriors coming into here after beating the Blazers 104-94. Couple big stories in this one, actually. Steph Curry needs just 10 threes to break Brown's all-time three-point record for 3 points made. I wouldn't be surprised to see him get them tonight. He's definitely going to go for it. He hasn't made 10 threes in the game all season long, but he has hit 9 4 times and 8 a few other times. And, as I said, definitely going to go for it. Maybe get into a little shootout with his little brother and see if he can get his 10. Joel Embiid on the other side, obviously, is a great player. And he has some good players around him, too. But he said he hasn't felt exactly the same since COVID. And, it's hard to you can believe that, it's a illness that will affect your fatigue and all that. He's had some big games since, no doubt about it. He's had a bunch of double-doubles and he's put up some big points quite a few times. But we've also seen him hit just 16, 13, and 19 isn't too bad, I guess, but we should expect a bit more of a beat. But yeah, as I said, he's definitely going to need to be at his best to keep this one competitive. The way the Warriors have been playing, definitely the more consistent ball. They've been playing some great basketball lately, and I think they come in here and cover the spread.
Joe?
Yeah, I agree with you. I just think the Warriors are clearly the better team here, and I don't think Philadelphia is going to be able to keep it as tight as this number represents. We look at the Warriors; they're 17-7-1 against the spread so far this season, 6-3 on the road against this Philadelphia 76ers team that's not playing well at home, 3-8 against the spread. That number is awful. 3-6-1 against the spread in the last 10 games too. So give me the Warriors laying the points.
I have to take the opposite Al Ninos. I do it every week on the show, so I'm got the Sixers here.
Oh man, that means you're on opposite me too.
Well, you come on over to the dark side. It's just I like the Warriors. I've been on them a ton, but with Al Ninos there, I just can't see it. And that's part of the problem. I don't see the path. I think what we see here, though, that does look odd, to support this position is that the line's only 3, right? And the Warriors have been on fire, and they're super public, right? So, I don't know. 90% of the bets are on the Warriors in this game. 65% of the money. I
try not to let those numbers, yeah.
I generally don't either, but when you see a funky line that's only 3 in a game that it probably should be 5.5, right?
I think we've seen a couple games this season, though, that have been like this, and it's been like, okay, you got to go with the dog here in the fight because someone knows something, and then it's not happening, right?
It happens all the time. Believe me. I know that.
Half a dozen, right?
But you have the Al Ninos factor. That's
how's that been working out for you lately?
I think we won last week. I think we won last week, Joe. Pretty sure.
Who won?
Oh man.
I think
No, I hadn't lost a free pick in like a couple weeks almost until yesterday. I had the Kings and they lost.
Pretty sure you had the Packers against the Vikings 2 weeks ago on the show. And
that was 2 weeks ago. That's possible.
And then on who'd you have on Sunday?
I had Pitt on Saturday.
Sunday you had.
I had the under in the Steelers game.
I don't think so. We'll have to go back.
Mitch has a good memory.
We'll have to go back and watch the tape. Pretty sure it was.
Oh, you should. I know I had been on this free pick streak.
Pretty sure it was some super.
And I even hit that Hornets pick that I said was off the top of my head for the bonus free pick on Sunday.
I think it was the Texans. Yeah.
The COVID Hornets came through for me.
Like it.
You might have had the Raiders against Washington.
I'll tell you what I had. Hold on. I think it's somewhere here.
I'm pretty sure it was the Raiders. You could look it up.
No, it was the Steelers under. There you go. See it right there.
That game was on Monday night, so we wouldn't have talked about it on.
That was the Monday night game?
No, it was Sunday night.
Yeah.
All right, we'll give you one. I think that is what it was. Yeah. All right. Well, it felt like a win. Anyways, what do you got for sale today?
I got a 7-pack. Let me see. I got 3 NHL, 2 NBA, my best college basketball bet of the day, and the one you can't wait for, the college football game as well is in there.
Oh, nice. I can wait for the game. I just want to hear. I just can't wait for Brian's pick. That's what's keeping people tuned in. Be sure to smash that like if you really want to hear Brian's pick. I could tell you before he gets on if you want, because I know. What do you think Brian's pick is, Al?
Well, I saw it.
Oh, you saw it.
Saying you didn't see the text?
I don't look at it.
If you didn't see him, I think you might be surprised too.
No, I doubt it. I think
so.
No, I have a good feeling that I'm pretty much spot on this one. Anyways, thanks for joining us, Al. We'll see you tomorrow. What do you got tomorrow for us? NFL?
I will be on for NFL, yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you tomorrow, Al. Always fun. Al's always a good sport with it. It's like
absolutely.
You make it hard sometimes.
I'm joking.
I love it.
All right. Well, thanks, Al, for joining us. Of course, that was Al Ninos.
I like having Al on.
I do too.
Always gets me laughing in the morning.
He did beat me last week on that Steelers Ravens. I'll sit here in denial though. It's like it's kind of like people that all these people in the world. It's like you say one thing, but the facts support the other side. They still act like it's like they're the victim, and all of a sudden they become the victim. It's like I got screwed on that game.
Absolutely.
It's like I never I never have good picks. I only get lucky.
Yeah, not the case, but I hear you. That's what people think.
That is. All right. Bringing Jovan. Moving right along today, right? Without college football. Yep. Jovan, how's it going?
Nothing much over here. Just another Saturday. Switching gears with college basketball instead of a whole lot of college football, just college basketball. Yeah. Damn near 100 games. I love it.
Love it. 93 college basketball games today. We got NBA, NHL. Got it all going on here. What do you got going on for us as far as free pick goes to start things off?
Got a couple free picks for you. One in the NBA, one in college basketball. We're going to start with this NBA game. The Bulls going to Miami. This is a COVID plagued the Bulls team. Got DeMar DeRozan out, Javonte Green, Kobe White, amongst others. But the only one that really matters in that is DeMar DeRozan. But look who's on the court. Zach LaVine and his 25.8 points per game. Nikola Vucevic, Lonzo Ball, among others, to shoulder the load. They took not a bad L because Cleveland is just running roughshod over other teams right now. They lost 115-92, but before that they won 4 straight, and they're 5-1 against the spread in their last 6, following both an ATS and straight up loss. They've also 4-1 in their last 5 overall, and as well as their last 5 road games versus a team with a home winning percentage of over 600. And playing this Miami team without Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Buckets, Bam Adebayo, this looks like a game where Miami is going to falter. They did have a surprise win against the Bucks, but let's face it, Caleb Martin is not going to score 28 points again. That's just not going to happen. And in the last 7 in Miami, Chicago is actually 6-1 against the spread. So with that said, take the Bulls.
Joe?
Yeah, I hear you on the Bulls in this situation. I think I like the under better. When we look at the last 6 games, though, it has gone over. But I think with the issues with COVID for the Bulls, and I think with these 2 strong defenses, we do see that trend being broken. Getting the under here, the Heat hold teams to an average of 104.5 points per game. And the Bulls are only allowing 105.2. So this total of 211, I think, is just too high. I see it being, at least 6 points below. So give me the under in this one.
Yeah, I don't know. When the Heat look down and out is usually when they're the most dangerous. But just a lot of the trends and stuff support the Bulls in this spot. So yeah. I don't know. This is one I'm probably going to avoid.
I was looking at the under. Because I'm an under guy, that's kind of what I do when I look at totals. I start with the under, and if it doesn't support it for whatever reason, I'll take a look at the over. But at this number, with these 2 teams, and you just said that the over has cast 6-1 in the last 7.
Yeah, 5-1 last 6.
Right.
Yeah.
So you see all of those games. Most of those games have eclipsed 2-11, and I just don't like that, and I didn't like it in this spot, so I backed up off the under because I did actually like the under.
Yeah, and I just see, we look at Chicago's, their last 3 games have gone to that under, so I think if their defense plays the same way and they hold the Heat, I think it will go under. So yeah, with you liking the Bulls, I like the under. If you were on the Heat, I would have to say this one probably goes over. But for me, I've got to take the under.
Yeah, this is just a tough game for me. I'm gonna watch from the sidelines. I got plenty of other action, so braver than I am for this one.
I love the tough games. For some reason, I hate taking easy games. I don't know.
I need some easy ones. What do you got? What else you got today?
Yeah, so we're gonna look at this Clemson game playing Drake. Good old Drake. With Clemson, they're 5-4 this season, so this is actually a much needed win for them. They need a win, and I think they're gonna get it against the Drake team that's 1-7 against the spread and 0-3 straight up in their last 3 neutral site games. Both teams have played solid non-conference has a solid non-conference schedule, but Clemson gets the call for me because they're just a better shooting team. You know, they're 8th in 3-point percentage at 41.8 and 32 in the nation in overall field goal percentage at 48.8. You know, that tips the scales for me. You know, and with Drake being 1-11-1 in their last 13 games overall against the spread, you know, after their massive ATS win streak, both win streak straight up and against the spread last year, you know, they're just not the same team. You know, Roman Penn's out. He's a main cog in their rotation. And you know, with Clemson 8-3 against the spread in their last 11 neutral site games, you know, they get the call for me in this game.
Joe?
Yeah, I'm with you with Clemson on this. I really look at this team. They've been struggling, but I think here with a neutral site, they're going to play well. And I just don't trust this Drake team to get the cover. They're 1-7-0 against the spread in their last 8 games. They just aren't doing it. I know it's a low spread here, and Clemson has been struggling, but I think Clemson has their number today. Give me Clemson minus the points.
Drake's won 20 or more games the last 4 years. And I don't know. I struggle to get away from that statistic. I don't care about the covering the spread thing because last year it was the opposite. Drake covered like 20 in a row. There was a statistic last year, like someone, you know, after we were on Drake day 1 last year. And I think then the public caught on board, and then all of a sudden, like, everyone was enamored with Drake, right? And it was like, if you bet Drake every game, if you started with $20 and parlayed it up, you would have won, you know, $280,000. Like all the other Square sites, you know, were our competitors. All of a sudden, you know, then they're insightful. Just like the same guys that, you know, they start covering basketball in March or after, you know, all the bowls are over, right? And all of a sudden they know everything. But I don't know. I just think Drake is a better team than what we've seen. And if you look at their neutral site losses, there's not a slouch in the bunch. All of those teams would beat Clemson. All of them would. North Texas, tournament team last year. Alabama, who I believe is a Final Four team this year, or at least Elite Eight. And Belmont, who can beat anybody on any given day. So I don't think there's any shame in losing to those 3 teams. I think they could all beat Clemson. Clemson last year was like one of the best Clemson teams they've had. This year they're kind of like, I don't know.
Mets the Mets.
Yeah, it's like they're not nearly. I mean, you lose to Rutgers by 10. You lose to Miami, you know, by 5. They're not as good. I could see this one coming down to the wire. I'd rather have the points.
Yeah.
It's like, you know.
1 possession game, 2-point spread.
Yeah, I could see it, you know. But, you know, I could see this being the one, you know, where they jack up the 3, you know, from a mile away, the meaningless 3, you know.
I don't know. I've never seen a Clemson team, you know, be this good as far as percentage-wise from 3. So, you know, they do have a couple guys that love shooting that 3-point ball, and they make them. So
they probably watched the Virginia game from 2 years ago when they couldn't get a shot from inside the logo.
Oh, yeah. I remember that game.
It was unbelievable. I think they scored like 20 points, and they had no chance to even get a shot off. So they have to shoot it. But I don't know. Well, what do you got for premium picks today?
Yeah, I got a 7-pack going. All college basketball plays. I'm actually gonna have a 9-pack in college basketball when it's all said and done. Just have to put one more in there. I'm gonna put it in I'm gonna have it also with NBA 3-pack. You know, so those are my premium plays for today. I'm not gonna touch that Army Navy game. I usually touch it every year, but this year, nah, I'm just not gonna touch it. Just something off-putting about this one. I don't know. Maybe the what is it at? 30, 35, 30, what? What's the over-under?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's I think I saw it
35.
at 34 and a half.
Yeah,
Even.
35, 34 and a half. I don't know.
Well, we don't want you to lose any sleep, but Brian's going to be giving out a
Right.
free pick in that game, so
So stay tuned.
it's going to be crazy.
Right.
It's going to be nuts, you know.
I'll leave it to Bitlow on that one.
We got all the sound effects queued, for this.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Brian. Brian's rolling his eyes in the green room.
It's going to be a big day. Watch Rod scoop him. Just give it out next. All right, Jovan. We'll see you tomorrow. We got NFL action. I'm excited for it. Hopefully, I'm a little more awake for it as well.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Best of luck today, Jovan.
All right, you as well.
Thank you.
Jovan Burtz always has good insight, right, on the games.
Oh, absolutely.
I wouldn't touch that Bulls Heat game. It's like, give me there's like 100 other games. Because it's like Jimmy Butler's not playing, but it's like, man, the Heat are like, they're the type of team. It's like you hit them at the kneecaps. It's like they jump twice as high.
Oh, I know.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, man.
Going to be a tough one for sure.
It's a tough one. Who we got? We got Al McMorty's here. Nice.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. More guests. See, Joe.
More than I thought were coming. That's for sure.
See what happens.
I like it.
Everyone hears about Brian's Army Navy pick, and they just
they all jump on the show. I love it. Thanks, guys.
Everyone shows. They're like, wow, Brian's giving the Army Navy. It's like, yep, he is. We got Al. Welcome to the show.
Hey guys. Happy Saturday morning.
Happy Saturday. We got no college football, but we have a lot of college basketball.
We do. I'd like to talk about an NBA game, though.
Okay.
So, these two teams played the other night, Denver and San Antonio, and San Antonio was a 2-point favorite on Thursday. They won that ball game by 12, 123-111. But I'm going to take Denver in this revenge match. When you have two games or two teams play back-to-back games against the same opponent, and if both games were competitively priced with point spreads of 3 points or less, the loser of the first game has gone 106-80 against the spread in the rematch. So that's one reason I really like the Denver Nuggets here. Another is that San Antonio, if they're at home and they're off a straight-up win, and they're playing an opponent with revenge. The Spurs are now 0-15 against the spread their last 15, 5-26 against the spread their last 31. So that doesn't bode well for Greg Popovich's crew. And I'm going to take Denver. Could see them at +1, -1. Sportsbooks are all over the place on this game, but it's basically a pick 'em, and I'll take the Nuggets.
Joe, Al going against his team here.
Oh, I didn't
That's
realize
true.
San Antonio was your team.
Yeah, they're my team.
Okay, well that makes me even feel better about this. I like Denver from the start, but as soon as a fan goes against their team and a handicapper as well, they know the spot most definitely. I think the Nuggets will play a better game, especially on the road here. We look at the Nuggets, they're 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 road games versus teams with losing records. I could totally get behind them. This isn't one that's made any of my cards today, but my first take is take Denver for sure.
And the other thing in that Thursday game, Denver was unrested, and San Antonio just destroys unrested teams, especially when the Spurs are rested. So San Antonio was in a great situation on Thursday, but now the two teams are in a level playing field with both teams having yesterday off. So it's a good situation for Denver to bounce back.
Yeah, I was going to say Denver looked really tired in that game, but I still like San Antonio here. I'm on the Spurs again. I just think that we've seen this, a lot this season. I don't know what they call this, the home game, day off, home game, right? It's not a home and home. It's a home, double home with a day off in between. It just seems like the same team wins every single time.
And you make a good point. It's actually, when you get these back-to-back games, it's actually to the loser's advantage to play the next day as opposed to the day after. But I still like Denver in this game here.
I could see it going either way, but I don't know. I've been doing well with the Spurs, so
Spurs, hey, you're not going to go broke betting on the Spurs every day.
Only the Timberwolves. Only the
Timberwolves. Yeah. I know that all too well.
I bet for the Timberwolves, I lose. I bet against the Timberwolves, I lose. It's like I try and explain to people, it's like just because a team has the same record against the spread as their actual record doesn't mean every time they win they cover and every time they lose they don't cover. And the Timberwolves are the textbook example of that. That it's like they'll win and not cover, they'll lose and cover. It's like I can't stand them.
Every year there's a team that gets me. This year it's Minnesota.
Yeah, it's like I can't stand them. It's like they changed it to that bright green just to warn me against. It's like just stay the hell away. It's like here we'll make it bright green so just stay over there. What else do you have for us today?
That's it. I actually was going to talk about another game, but I decided to put it up at Pick Dogs Premium instead. But nice. I can, here's a game I can talk about. The Golden State Warriors are playing the Philadelphia 76ers. Philadelphia got blown out the other night by, 24 points by Utah, something like that. But when you get a home team off a blowout home win of 15 or more points, and they're now playing an opponent with a win percentage of 677 or better, and our home team is rested, and also that 677 opponent is off a straight-up win, which Golden State is, then our home teams have gone 147 and 87 against the spread in that bounce-back situation off that home blowout loss. So Philadelphia is a 3-point underdog tonight at home versus Golden State. I think they're worth a look.
Joe, see, even and you got Al Ninos on the other side of that one too. So it's like,
is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, I fade him every time he's on the show.
Yeah, that is a really hard stat to go against. Can you say it just one more time? 147 to what?
Oh, I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to ask me to say Al Ninos is
home teams off home blowout losses.
Yeah.
About 15 or more points. Now playing a 677 or better opponent off a straight up win, and our home team is rested.
Wow.
It's just a home bounce back situation.
Yeah. What a stat.
147 and 87. So.
Okay, that's pretty hard to go against, you guys. Wow.
Unless you want to take Golden State with Steph Curry, right?
Yeah, that was my original lean, making me definitely question it with that stat. That's a really hard one to not look past.
Well, what do you got at Pick Dogs today?
At Pick Dogs Premium, I've got 13 selections. I've got 2 plays in the NBA that are completely different from the 2 games we just talked about. I've got 4 games in hockey, including my NHL division game of the month. I've got 6 plays in college basketball, including my college game of the week. I've also already posted 2 plays for the NFL, including my Monday Night Football total of the month. So lots of stuff. So 15 games currently loaded at Pick Dogs Premium right now.
Well, lots of action going on today, so definitely a big card. I have a big card of games too, so be sure to check out Al's picks over at Pick Dogs. Thanks for joining us, Al, and we'll see you tomorrow for NFL Sunday.
I'll be there. Good luck, guys.
Best of luck, Al. Have a fantastic Saturday.
You too.
Big Al. It's always has like that really good stat, and it's like you throw in that anti-Ninos angle, and it's like just textbook. Right? It's just like I'm in. It's like,
absolutely. Like I was totally leaning on the Warriors, but you can't go against that stat. It's just mind-boggling the facts he comes out with. I love it. It's too strong.
Ninos got me last week, so it's like the probability of him nailing me 2 weeks in a row. It's just it's not going to happen. Got me on that under in the Steelers-Ravens game.
Yeah. And then I like what you're saying, too, about the Warriors. That line just does seem
fishy.
It does, right? That really does seem fishy. I'm seeing even 2.5s on some books. The Warriors should be favored by at least 5, 6. So I'm staying away. Staying completely off this game now.
Well, we got Rod here with us now. Rod, how are you doing today? He's muted. Can't hear him.
Aren't you? Now I'm unmuted.
Yes.
Morning.
Morning. So how are you doing today?
Doing good. It's been a crazy morning. Windier than you know what here. It's like crazy. Power's been flipping out, so if I get cut out, well, you know why. It's a little windy here.
Well, don't cut out before Brian. Don't cut out before
I
Brian's Army Navy pick.
Definitely. Well, I hope not.
Excitement never ends. We're so close. I can smell it.
You can smell the. It's coming.
Yeah.
Poor Brian. I'm sorry I ever said that.
Joe just like served up the material. It's like
here you
Put
go.
it on a plate, even put a bow tie on it.
like I'm on like 3 hours sleep, and Joe serves me up. Brian's gonna be on later with the Army Navy pick. It's like, really?
Well, some people are excited to hear it. Let's call it like some people really want to see that college football pick. It's only one today, so I had to say who was doing it.
Well, Rod, what do you got for us today?
For me, I got a couple plays. First play we're going to go is college hoops. Ohio State and Wisconsin here. You look at these two teams, and both off to good starts. Wisconsin 8-1 start the season. Ohio 7-2 on the season. Wisconsin a little better against the spread than Ohio State is. They're 7-2 against the number. Ohio State is only 4-5 against the spread. And for me, when you look at this one, this Wisconsin D is just playing lights out hoops, and then I lean to when a game is this close and this tight, you want the better team with the better free throw shooting, and that's Wisconsin in this one. They're almost shooting 80% from the 3-point or from the free throw charity stripe. So that's big when you come down to these games and you see who's going to hit them free throws at the end. You want the better free throw shooting team. And look, the Badgers 6-0 their last 6. ATS, they're also 6-0 ATS, their last 6 versus a team with a winning record. You look at the Buckeyes here, they're 1-7 ATS, their last 8 home games. And the road team in this series, 4-1 in the last 5. So for me, take the Badgers plus the points. I think they got a good shot to win this outright.
Joe, both these teams battle tested.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got to go with Wisconsin plus the points as well. I think this is going to be a tighter game than this 4.5 line represents. We look at Wisconsin. They are so strong, 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 games following an ATS win. 5-0 against the spread in the last 5 games following a straight up win. They're 6-0 in the last 6 versus teams with winning records. I can see them definitely covering in this against Ohio State, who, like Rod said, 1-7 against the spread in their last 8 games as a home favorite. So I think best way to take this is taking Wisconsin plus the points.
Yeah, I like that Wisconsin free throw shooting as well. Should be a good one.
Should be a good one.
The line's bouncing all over the place. So
yeah,
a lot of action on this one for sure. A lot of action on the early games across the board. What else you got today?
And for me, one, I just don't understand. In hockey, we're going to go with Columbus here over Seattle. The Kraken here. I am not laying that price with Seattle at home. Columbus is the better team, and the only thing that the books are trying to get you, they're like, oh, maybe somebody knows something. I'm ready to start betting Seattle. Yeah, not this guy. You look at Columbus, they are 4-0 in their last 4 games versus a team with a losing record. They may be 4-8 on the road, but this is a good spot, and they're the better team. And you're going to give me a nice plus money price to take Columbus over Seattle? Thank you. I'm in. Give me Columbus over Seattle in this one. They're the better hockey team. How could you not?
Joe?
Yeah, way better hockey team. This one, is just so weird. I can't believe the Seattle Kraken are minus 160 favorites against the Columbus Blue Jackets. And we're getting plus money with the Columbus Blue Jackets. Even value-wise, you guys, this is one of those games where you just have to jump on the better team, even though the books are making it look like you shouldn't. There's no way I'm taking the Kraken. Give me the Columbus Blue Jackets as well. It doesn't make sense at all.
No.
Not at all.
Yeah, I've got no take whatsoever on this one. I don't even know who's the home team. Kraken.
I think people are just looking at the Blue Jackets over their last games. And you know what? They have had tight games, and they're they're clearly the better team in this situation. I just don't see it. I don't see the Kraken getting the win.
What's the penny looking at then? Then what's the penny looking at?
What the Magic 8 Ball? That's the winner.
Well, we only use the Magic 8 Ball once in a blue moon. We don't like to beat it into the ground.
The puck line's going to be too high. I was going to say, if you're a little bit worried about this, I don't think you need to take Columbus on the puck line, but it's going to be too high. But they are 60-9 on that puck line if you're wanting to throw it into a parlay, taking them plus 1.5. But I don't think you need it. I'd take them straight up on the money line.
What do you got for sale today, Rod, at Pick Dogs?
Well, we're Pick Dogs. Bounce off. Nice bounce back. We went 4-1 last night. So today we're going for our 6th straight winning weekend. Weekends have been treating us good here at Pick Dogs. So we've been pounding the books. So I've got a 5 college sport 5-pack. I've got 4 college basketball and the college football in there as a 5-pack. And I'll have a 3-pack of hockey. In the process, my win's been going in and out. So I got 1 hockey in, and I got to put the other 2 in. Probably while Brian's chatting. So I'll have a 3-pack in the NHL as well over at Big Dogs Premium. So jump aboard and have a nice winning Saturday. I'm excited. I love this hoops card. I could have with 20, and I only went with 4. 4 that I absolutely love. We're gonna crush it.
Rod's the weekend warrior.
It's been rolling the weekends. I'm loving it. It's been good.
All right. Well, we'll see in just a couple of minutes for our premium and VIP shows. Of course, Rod with us every morning.
Thanks, Rod.
All right.
Thank you. Good luck on your bets as well.
Yeah, good luck.
As long as we're on the same side.
Man, I don't know. That game he was talking about, it just gave me more wrinkles. That line is just so off. It makes no sense.
Well, usually I call that someone knows something.
I know, and that's what scares me. I looked at this one earlier today. I decided to stay off this game, but I think Columbus has to get the win here.
Well, the penny
plus 140.
The penny, the penny doesn't lie.
Nope, the penny does not lie. Well, we got Brian up next.
It's that time.
I'm excited.
We've been waiting all show for this.
Oh, Brian,
Boy,
I'm so sorry.
The anticipation has been there for this magical pick in the Army Navy game.
The highest viewers so far today.
That's how it is.
People tuned in for it.
Well, they called their friends, they called their neighbors, and said, "Brian's going to give out his pick in Army Navy." I already know what it is. I haven't looked. No one even has to tell me. I'm gonna write. Let me write it down on a piece of paper before you give it out.
Maybe I'll give out the side and the total.
No, I'm only giving out the pick that I know it is.
I couldn't come up with a premium for this game. This is the first time in years.
All right,
so
well, go ahead. You give out your pick, and here's the card. Okay, so you can see right here. Okay, I'm going to put it right in front of me, so you'll see that I won't be writing no hands.
Brian, I apologize. I'm sorry I gave him material this morning.
I need to get myself energized.
I'll put 5 times that it's this.
I had a toilet overflow today, so I've been set back by an hour.
Oh, no.
Yes.
It's not a good thing.
My girlfriend had a problem today. So I was rushing, getting the towels, and
sounds like
just a mess.
Well, we can talk about that another time.
All right, we'll go into
there's a variety of problems. But anyways, a plethora.
Anyway, most years in this Army-Navy game, I like to go with the under Army-Navy game for various reasons. Most of the time, it's the weather. Very nasty usually for this game. Both teams are not shy about running the football. We all know that on every down. But this year, this total is just set so low. And the defenses of both these teams have some issues. I do believe Army should be able to run the ball all over Navy here. Last year, we saw a 15-0 win by Army. And this year, I see both teams getting into the 20s. Actually, I think by halftime, you won't even be sweating this total here. I'm going to go with the over here in the Army-Navy game. I know trends over the last 20 years have been like 17-3 to the under. I just think it goes over actually by halftime. So we'll see how it goes. Take the over Army-Navy game. And, even though it looks pretty square to me, I think Army covers the number against Navy also. That's it. That's the big pick. Take the over today. Yeah. Oh, you got it. Everybody usually likes the under. I'm going over
Well,
today.
I mean, you're obvious. I can read you like a book.
Yesterday, I jumped in at 34.5. I think it's at 35.5 today.
I see. This is the number I see, and
All right.
I wrote this down on the card.
Well, you got it. You guessed it.
This is what I do. Joe, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm leaning on the over as well in this one. I think this one just squeaks over, though. I think we see a tighter game than a blowout by half. I'm looking more 2017 style, but still going over that number.
I like the under. I don't love this game. I don't have a premium pick on it or anything, so I've just taken. I have no idea. So
I like those nasty weather Army-Navy games where it's snowing, it's sleeting, the field's muddy. I like those type of games. I don't think we're going to see that today. You might see some wind in that game, but that's about it.
Yeah, I don't love this game, to be honest with you.
I don't know how you can't love the Army-Navy game. I love the Army.
I don't like that it's got its own day now. I think that it should be on the same day as the conference championship games. So you could have it like kind of on the side.
It should be a bowl game every year. I think it should be the bowl. They should be in bowl season. Army-Navy game.
I agree.
Unfortunately, it's just
like that.
usually not competitive. It's usually not a competitive game.
Well, for years Navy was dominating, and then recently we've seen Army dominate the series. So,
all right. Well, what do you got going on at Pick Dogs?
well, to me, I off of winning days, we bounced back yesterday. I got lucky with the Milwaukee Bucks covering late. Boy, that was just a gift. But I got my super sharp 3-pack, my 3 best basketball bets right now. I'm on 29 and 18 college basketball starts 62% and a 60% run in the NBA. So get my 3 best basketball bets for $40 at pickdogs.com. None of them are early starters, so you have all day to pick them up.
All right. Well, thanks, Brian. As always, Joe, always a pleasure. Those of you that are premium members, we'll have your picks out in just a moment. And VIP show to follow. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. It's been another awesome day here on our morning show. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then all day tomorrow with half times.